guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to talk about Doctor Who The Collection, and I'm going to talk about the remaining sets that haven't been released yet, and what story I'd like to see from each season get updated effects. I touched on this briefly in one of my live streams recently, but in case anyone didn't want to sit through all that, I thought I'd go over it here just to talk about the remaining 12 seasons and if there's anything I think they should get updated effects on. Now, first off, the 60s seasons, the only story that's ever gotten updated effects was Dalek Invasion of Earth on the DVD release. I don't really think 60s Doctor Who needs updated effects. I think the black and white used in that era fits pretty well to where the effects look fine. Just right off the top of my head, and I've thought about it several times, I can never just think of a story that I'm like, that needs updated effects. Plus, they're going to spend so much money doing restoration work, on the episodes anyway. I'd rather the money go toward making these episodes look as good as they can, considering the circumstances of their existence. So I'm going to take out the rest of the 60 seasons right there. So seasons 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I think they're fine. I don't think they need any updated effects. So we'll start with season 7. Now, I don't think season 7 will get any updated effects. I don't honestly think it needs them either. I think so much money is going to be spent on restoring those episodes because most of season 7's in rough shape. Spearhead from Space is okay, of course, because it's all shot on film. We still have the film. But Silurians and Ambassadors of Death especially are in rough shape and need really good restorations. Inferno has had a couple of really good restorations. Its special edition DVD looks really good. I'm sure they'll still tweak it a little bit, probably tweak the DVD masters a bit to maybe help them a little where they can, but I'm pretty sure most of the work will go on Silurians and Ambassadors of Death, which both look very, very rough, and they're both 7-parters, so that's probably where most of the money's going to go. There probably won't be any money left over for updated effects. If anything got updated effects, I'd want it to be Ambassadors of Death. I feel like Ambassadors of Death needs it, especially with the space scenes with the rocket and all that. If anything got it, Ambassadors of Death to me is the only one that needs it to any degree. But even if none of them get it, I think it'll be fine. I don't think any of the stories in it just have to have them. They're fine without them. Moving to season 11, either Invasion of the Dinosaurs or Planet of the Spiders. They both need them. They are both in need of them. Invasion of the Dinosaurs is a fantastic story. The only thing that really lets it down is the special effects. Even Barry Letts wanted updated effects for dinos. I remember back when they did the updated effects for Time Warrior, I think he actually turned to the guy and said, "When are we doing Invasion of the Dinosaurs?" Although whether he meant that as a joke or not, I don't know. But Barry Letts wanted it, so we should get it. It'd be a nice tribute to him, actually. They could actually dedicate like the updated effects version to him. That would be cool. Or Planet of the Spiders. Planet of the Spiders could use some updated effects as well. Update that regeneration at the end would be fantastic. Give it a little modern Who flair with some regeneration energy. That'd be cool. I'll be happy with either of those. Season 13 doesn't really need it. If season 13 doesn't get any updated effects, I will be perfectly fine with that. I don't think they need it. There's a couple you could do it to. Pyramids of Mars, there's several spots where you could do updated effects, and I can see it working. I've seen, I think Cunning Monkey has done it on YouTube where he's done some updated effects for it. Planet of Evil is also a good choice. He's also done some updated effects for that because it is, there's more special effects trickery going on in Planet of Evil, spaceship shots, stuff like that, people getting killed by the creature. There is a lot you could do with Planet of Evil, to be fair. I think its original effects stand tall on their own. I don't think either of those stories need them. But if either one were to get them, I would be fine with that, especially considering season 13 is season 13. I wouldn't be surprised if, the people making this set's like, hey, this is season 13, it's a big deal. We got to give some updated effects. So I could see them with season 13 being such a popular season with fans, I could see them wanting to do that. But the only two I really think would be good choices. I know some people might say Terror of the Zygons just so they could do something with the Loch Ness Monster. I'm perfectly fine with the Loch Ness Monster original effects, honestly. I like them. I would much rather Planet or Pyramid get them. Planet probably needs them a little more, but either one would be fine with me. Although, again, if nothing gets it in season 13, I'm fine with that. I don't think anything just needs it. But Planet or Pyramid got them, I'd be fine. Season 15, I think it's either Horror of Fang Rock or Image of the Findal. Horror of Fang Rock is pretty much a 10 out of 10 story. The only real drawback it has is some of the effects look a little dated, like the model ship crashing into the dock, the model shot of the lighthouse, the Rutan climbing up the lighthouse, the Rutan in its natural form. There are some things there. You could make the Rutan a little more CGI and creepy looking. You could actually have a better shot of the ship crashing in, better shot of the lighthouse. There's some little tweaks they can make there just to make the story an 11 out of 10. Image of the Findal, all it really needs, and again, my memory's hazy on that one. My only issue with it has always been the Findal's final form looks laughably ridiculous when the actress is painted in all gold and she's got the little creature behind her. And the biggest sin it does is the painted on eyes. They just look comical. They don't look scary. They don't look intimidating. I just want to laugh at them. I looked at a picture of it the other day, actually, of her with just the eyes painted on. And oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. So if they went in and did kind of like with Snake Dance and Kenda, where the only updated effects are of the snake at the end, and the only updated effect they did for Image of the Findal was updating the Findal final form with her painted gold, make her look more intimidating, make the creature behind her actually a threat, like a looming shadow behind her, like rrr. And then do something with her face, make the eyes scarier and creepier. Make her look like something out of your nightmares is coming to get you. Make the Findal live up to the threat of the Findal that the story establishes. I really think that would bump this story almost right up there with Horror of Fang Rock and make it one of the best stories of the season. It's just that final form that really lets the story down, to me personally. And if they went in and just did some CGI work there, like they did again with Kenda and Snake Dance, just at the end, I guess in part 4, I really, really think it would really make this story a lot more impressive to me personally. That's really the only two I have. Invasion of Time's already had updated effects, so has Invisible Enemy, and their DVD updated effects look very good. Season 16, I would say the Pirate Planet or the Armageddon Factor, or possibly the Stones of Blood. Stones of Blood doesn't need them as badly. I think its original effects are good. However, I think also Cunning Monkey, who does really good updated effects on YouTube. You should check out his channel. He did some really good updated effects for Stones of Blood that had me going, say, you could do some updated effects for Stones of Blood. So if it is Stones of Blood, I'll be happy to have them. But I'll be disappointed because Pirate Planet, Armageddon Factor need them more. Pirate Planet doesn't have laser effects for its lasers. And you know, when it comes to Prowl, that is a cardinal sin for classic Doctor Who. No laser effects for your lasers? That's a shame. That's a shame. You know, it also replaced the sounds their guns make. I don't like that sound the guns make in Pirate Planet. Oh, those sounds. But you need to actually add laser effects in, you know, like Day of the Daleks did, which makes Day of the Daleks so much better. Add in some laser effects instead of just the little spots where they're supposed to be hitting people. Add in when the Mentats are using their force powers to create force fields and energy and stuff to make those look a little better. Do some CSO work on the flying cars. There's some stuff there you can do to make those shots more impressive. And it'll make, once again, you're taking a planet you're taking a story that's like a 9 out of 10 and making it an 11 out of 10, which would be great. Armageddon Factor also could use some updated effects as well, especially with like its space models and all of that. There's a lot you could do to Armageddon Factor, which would really, I like Armageddon Factor. I think it's an underrated story. But it really would, once again, just bump the execution up of the story up to the potential I think the story actually has on its own merits, because I actually like the story a lot. So I would be happy with either of those two. Season 21, Resurrection of the Daleks. It has to happen. Nothing else in Season 21 am I concerned about. Give me updated effects for Resurrection of the Daleks. If I do not get updated effects for Resurrection of the Daleks, the video I do complaining will be long, and it will just be me complaining. Once again, you have spots where people are firing laser weapons, but there's no lasers. And it makes that attack when the Daleks first invade the base a bit disappointing, because the humans are fighting back and they're just making the and there's just little lights going on. That's it. It's kind of like the Destiny of the Dalek guns. I prefer the special edition of Destiny of the Daleks with the upgraded effects. So that story really needs updated effects very, 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 very badly. Several people have done updated effects on YouTube that make that story look so much better. So that's the number one for me. If we only get one more story in Classic Who with updated effects, please let it be Resurrection of the Daleks. It just desperately needs them. And then season 25, either Remembrance or Silver Nemesis. I would be fine with either one. Both of them could use it, even though both of them are fine without it, to be honest. But I would like to at least one McCoy story to get some updated Blu-ray effects, and season 25 is a big deal. Silver Nemesis being the 25th anniversary story, Remembrance being the unofficial to fans 25th anniversary story. I would be happy with either one of those getting some updated effects. That really would make my day. Also, as a bonus, the TV movie. If we get a Wilderness Years box set, the TV movie could use some updated effects, especially if they go back and try to do a true HD version of the TV movie. Because, as most of you watching my channel probably know, being Classic Who fans, the TV movie was shot on film, but was edited, as was normal at the time, on videotape, which means it was physically edited on videotape, and the special effects for it were done on videotape. The way TV was made at the time, like Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, they were done the same way, where they were shot on film and edited on videotape. This is why it was extremely difficult when they did the Blu-ray release of Star Trek The Next Generation, because they literally had to go back to the original raw footage of film, re-edit all the shots, and redo all of the special effects, which was a very expensive process, and the Blu-rays didn't sell enough to justify it. That's why to this day, we do not have Blu-ray releases of Deep Space Nine or Voyager. We do not have high definition episodes of Deep Space Nine and Voyager. They are still to this day just in standard definition, because Paramount cannot justify the cost of having to go through all of that footage of those shows, re-edit them, and redo all of the special effects for them because of how TV was done at the time. And it's a miracle we have Star Trek The Next Generation like that, and I'm glad we do, because it looks gorgeous. So the TV movie would have to be done the same way. And the interesting thing is, I don't know if they know where the film is for the TV movie. That always seems to be a thing. I've never seen anything definitive about where the actual originally shot film is. My understanding is one of the American companies involved in the production retained it, whether it be Warner Brothers, Fox, whoever. Somebody involved in the American side of that collaboration retained the originally shot footage. Whether they have it put up somewhere, or whether they have lost it, or whether they have junked it, or whether it's actually been destroyed, I have no clue. So I don't know if the original film elements for the TV movie still survive. I don't know if the people involved at the offices, wherever it is, I don't know if they know where it is. If the original footage is gone, then, well, it just is what it is. It's gone. But if they can be found and located, then you can take that original footage, re-edit it. And if you're doing that, you have to redo the special effects, because they were originally done on videotape. And if you're going to redo the special effects, you might as well update them at the same time. So I would much rather get, if you want to watch it with the original effects, just watch the upscaled version that exists. And then if you want to watch it with the new effects, watch the freshly upscaled, brand new, in HD, glorious version with much better looking special effects. That would personally make my day. Because I think the TV movie could use some updated effects. So I want to know what you think, so comment down below and let me know. Other things to do. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I do appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It does make a difference. I have a P.O. box. If there's anything you'd like to send me to look at and review, a link to that, or I say a link to that. The actual P.O. box address is down there. A link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well, with several things I'm interested in on it. And YouTube memberships are also available, most importantly. Thank you for watching.